What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Winter Field Day. Hopefully you're out doing the Winter Field Day things. I certainly did. And it was 75 degrees. But I had a lot of fun regardless. We'll talk about it a little bit in the beginning of that. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. We're going to be talking about the Kenwood TH-D75 today. So thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy the memes as we get things kicked off. Oh, yeah. How's it going, everybody? I'm exhausted. All right. I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Thanks so much for clicking on the Ham Radio Crash Course. Ran out this morning to campsite that W6TRW is running Winter Field Day and set up the buddy hex in the morning, operated for a couple hours, packed the buddy hex back up, and headed on down here to do the live stream. Turns out that the kids have a robots tournament kind of thing for their club that they're in, and I was like, okay, I can't really stay. But man, I am so tired. We barely got done. Well, I got done, but they're still going. Hopefully they're making lots of contacts. Man, a lot of stuff is actually happening right now that I want to hit up. But before we do that, here is our here's the buddy hex next to, unfortunately, a sad hex beam. We got hit with some really hard winds. 75 degrees, but we had gusts up to 20, 25 miles an hour. And the homebrew hex beam, unfortunately, didn't make it. This is our simple little setup. Had about 4 or 5 operators. They're still out there. We had a guy operating out of his Jeep, which was really nice. And yeah, working all the things. CW, RIDI. I did WinLink email and voice. It was really fun. The chat seems a little slow. Is everybody hearing me okay? Is everybody there? Are you all there? Can you hear me? Hello. What's going on with everybody? How you doing with Winter Field Day? All right. Okay, so got a couple of things to talk about. First and foremost, go check out hamtactical.com, supporting the Ham Radio Crash Course. Our merch store would appreciate it if you went and did that. Thank you very much. The Boondock Echo video went swimmingly. The Boondock Echo is a crowdfunded thing, so if you help support it, it will be a more cheaper eventually once they're able to get manufacturing together. And it's a really cool tool. So go check that out. The link is in the description for the video where I dropped it. And that video, I hope, was a lot of fun for you all. Now, this is something. What is going on with my chat? The chat's all screwed up on this end. Let me close this one out. Hold on. Redo that. Yeah, okay, cool. Everything's good. Man, that was weird. It was like not updating. Is it updating now? There it is. Okay, it's updating. That was weird. Anyway, there was a gentleman there named Doug in Winter Field Day, and he was the satellite guy, and I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna get a couple of satellite contacts. Get those points. And he was set up on the other side of his van. I couldn't see him. He has a camper van. And one of the guys comes over and goes, Josh, you need to go check out his setup like right now. And like, you should stop what you're doing and go check that out. Make sure you do that before you leave. And I was like, okay, I will go do that. So turns out Doug has a 2 antenna azimuth elevation setup. So he's like proper satellite guy, right? Well, he's like, yeah, there was just a pass. I'm like, how many contacts did you make? He was like, I don't know, about 25. And I'm thinking to myself, you made 25 contacts on a satellite? What are you talking about? Like, that was a lot of contacts. I mean, how many passes is that? He was like, just one. Like, what were you doing? He was like, I was doing packet radio. I'm like, packet radio? What is all this? So it turns out he educated me on the OZ9AAR software for the Green Cube satellite. So the Green Cube is an Italian satellite that is on MEO, which is medium Earth orbit. MEO is a higher elevation than a low Earth orbit satellite, which means not only do you get a much larger footprint, its pass time is an hour. An hour, right? It's a massive footprint. He was telling me he was listening to ZL stations as the satellite began to come over the horizon over the Pacific. And I'm like, this is amazing. But then he said there's a problem. For some reason, the Italian government, in connection to the university that they're connected to, has decided to turn the satellite off, decommission it. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I don't know why they're planning on doing it. But OZ9AAR decided to make a petition. This is just a change.org position, so it's not petition. It's not really necessarily going to force anybody's hand. But if anything, I'd like to know what's actually going on here. Like, why are they shutting off a satellite? Satellites are things that, like, it's a sunk cost. It's already up there. They already spent the resources to get it up there. So I don't get it. There's probably something I don't know. I'm providing the link so you guys can check it out. And I hope, I hope to learn more about it in the future, potentially make a video about it. But in a best case scenario, the Italian government could pass off the operation of the satellite to hams, APRS, AMSAT, the number, probably not APRS, but AMSAT, a number of organizations that would definitely be willing to do this. And the fact that we have a MEO orbiting satellite up with that kind of footprint is something that is, like, simply amazing. And so shout out first to OZ9AAR for making this software that is basically like super enhanced, very short contacts over packet. And they have like a grid tracker effect with it, meaning they use the internet, much like we do with PSK Reporter, to show like what I do on my HF, but over satellite. So cool. So yeah, Ron, I don't want to speculate, but you wouldn't necessarily like just disconnect the satellite. You would just say like, oh, okay, well, when it dies, right? You do the old Drago thing. He dies, right? Like, and then that's it, right? It's done. So I don't think it's necessarily a resources thing, but I just want to find out. So yeah, I hope I'm finding out about the thing that's super cool that I will totally now go buy antennas to do this, and then it's going away. So I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. But anyway, so go check that out. I think we could probably use some help there, and please reach out if you know anything more about it. So, interestingly enough, we're talking about a new radio. Today is New Radio Day. The Kenwood D75 dropped, and there's already a ton of videos that are out there. A lot of people have talked about it. I have one in my person. I'm one of the first people to get it, not because I'm special or anything, but I just happen to have an HRO down the street from me that gets a lot of radios kind of first. Anaheim, Pacific Ocean, Japan, if you think about it. Makes sense. But boy howdy, everybody's really excited that the Kenwood's back in the picture making a new radio. But man, the comment on everybody's mind, $750 for an HT. This is to the price that like Motorola called up Kenwood and said like, hey bro, are you sure you want to go down this rabbit hole? Once you start going down this rabbit hole, there's no looking back. This is an expensive HT, guys, so I appreciate everybody watching, and thank you so much. The 538 people that are watching me, that's amazing. Keep in mind, I'm not going to make speculations about cost. If this fits into your budget, great. I appreciate that this is a very expensive radio, and you don't necessarily need this. The capability that is in this radio is novel, and it's fully integrated, and knowing Kenwood, I'm sure they did a great job in integrating it, and it's going to be fantastic. But keep in mind, as a newcomer to amateur radio, you don't need something like this. You may want it really bad, but you don't need it, okay? So, yeah, shout out to the chat room. Everybody is now, I'm all caught up there, so thanks for everybody commenting. Seems like it's dead again, though. I don't know what's going on with the, why? Why is this thing not working? The chat room's not working. There we go. Upgraded D74. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that, guys. So one of the things that was mentioned, and we can likely demonstrate it live here, is that a lot of the features that are in the D75 are the same that are in the D74. I believed it picked up USB-C and the ability to digipeat, which is something, we're gonna try and take advantage of here in a second. So why don't we just go ahead and show off that great, beautiful radio. There it is in all its glory. And I have its, I guess, older brothers, the D74 and the D72. Now, I will just say, for everybody that is interested in any of these radios, they're all good. They're all really good. And the D72 in particular, which is kind of like my first high-dollar radio when I was a young up-and-coming ham, was my kind of best radio at the time that I could get my hands on. And the reason why I wanted it so badly was because it is it's crossband repeat, it's full duplex, so it's over crossband full duplex though. So you can listen on UHF while transmitting on VHF and vice versa. That makes it a fantastic radio for people that are satellite operators and satellite enthusiasts. So it still has a lot of people that are really, really fans of the antenna, if you will. So keep that in mind. If you do find one of these, the full duplex is what people really look for with the D72. It is my understanding that the D75 does not do that. So right off the rip, that's what you can expect here, is that the D75 does not have full duplex. All right? Okay. Good. Got it. I think I got my introductory stuff out of the way. I am a little zonked from today's activation, so I did crack a beer early. I am having a New Belgian triple. Highly recommended. These are limited time, I believe, or you can't always get them. If you like Belgian triples, it's actually a pretty good macro-ish beer representation of one. So, okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and talk about this wonderful radio. I'm looking at the chat. So if you have questions, please type question in your question, so I will see it. It highlights on my screen. And at Ham Radio Crash Course if you don't want to do the question thing. I will take log of all these questions, at least to the best of my ability, and try to answer them. So go ahead and start flying with the questions, because if it's something I can do on the tabletop, I will, to get the best usage out of your time. Thanks for listening, okay? And watching. Here we go. All right, so let's take a deeper look at this radio. We're going to be doing a power test on it. We're going to look at the features, and we're going to look or listen to the audio sampling for it. The chat died again. This is very frustrating. Oh my gosh. So, okay, hold on. I'm coming back. Hold on. Can't go anywhere yet. So I missed some super chats, and now I can't bring them up. So this is not good. Oh, you know what it is? YouTube might have changed the way they do chat room integration, so I can't use my little bot anymore and thank people for the super chats. Oh no, we can't do the fun thing we used to do? That's not good. I don't like that at all. So big shout out to Scout. Thank you. I'm dying to know if the D75's built-in TNC will connect with radio mail on a phone or WinLink. If I have enough time, I will test that. I could with the D74. I believe I could. Hey, Radio Made Easy. What's up, man? Thanks for joining out there on the YouTubes. Appreciate it. And let's see. CJ donated. Oh, and I got to go back up now? I do. What is the matter with this thing? The chat's borked again. All right, okay, I'm just going to have to shout at everybody out. Hey, there was 10 gifted memberships from CJ. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. You go ahead and doing that for everybody. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on the other chat that should be live updating, but man, I did try turning it off and on again, and that did not work. Okay, let's dive into this radio. I'm sure that's why you're all here, not to see my dumb face. So let's go back to that. Hey, Ham Radio 2.0, thank you for the gifted memberships. That's appreciated. He's in the chat. By the way, he's out doing Winterfield Day. I don't know if he's going to go live after me, but he was live before me. Where I was at, there was zero network connectivity, or I might have live streamed as well. But here it is in all its glory. I know that's what you've been waiting to see. Let's just put it next to the Big Brother, and do note that the Big Brother has a clip on it, so that's why it's kind of a little wonky, shaky, a little bit like that. Let's make some space for this new delicious radio. HRO, man. Having an HRO, you guys are all like, well, you get your radio so early. Yeah, but I go and buy radios then. All right, so just from the looks of it, a couple of things that scream or jump out to me is the kind of look and the feel. The Kenwood 74 has just this matte black, whereas the 75 has this kind of carbon fiber-ish look to it. There's a rounded bezel on the top. It looks like it's the same squared off bottom, but you can see the difference in the speaker grill. It looks very similar. Almost identical on the side. Again, you know, some molding differences between the radios. Accessories are the same, at least that's my understanding. And pretty much the same back. Yeah. Lanyard holes in the same place. Literally the same volume control knobs, and then call it your I/O side. On a radio like this, you have to call it an I/O side, basically. Same setup. There's a couple differences, though. The speaker and mic connection are the same, so you're going to expect the Kenwood style connector, not the Baofeng style connector. How dare you? And that is kind of what we expected. 1 second. The difference, though, between these radios is going to be the addition of the USB-C. I did test this beforehand. They both take a 12-volt charge, meaning 13.8. And yes, I put 13.8 directly into it, and that works exactly as expected. And for all you fans of the Jankopotamus, it is the same style connector as the Jankopotamus. So yeah, it's exactly the same thing. If you have bioenno batteries or a solar solution or anything like that, you will be able to use this radio in the field without any problem. So so far, exactly what I expected. I'm going to keep the 75 close at hand. In fact, we'll just turn that on now. And if we need to reference it at any point, we will. You will expect that the look is pretty much going to be the same between these radios. Actually, let's do that. Let's check that as well. The startup screen's, I think, the same as well. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so not much difference on the front side. In fact, pretty much the same. The mic location is a different slot. So this was a slot mic hole in the previous model, and this now has like a wider hole. So we can test the transmit there as well, because that might be interesting to hear. Okay. Let's figure out first how to increase the brightness on this thing, because it's a little dim in the stock setting. How's that? Not bad. They embiggened the hole for us, guys. It's now been embiggened. Okay. So you can go into digital modes as expected, because this is going to run D-Star. Interesting. Is it already loaded with... Did somebody load something on my radio here? Okay. Menu system is similar. Let's go ahead and find... Let me go back. So that's the highest brightness. Highest brightness is that right there. How do the buttons feel? So the buttons now are more of a flat finish, meaning your fingers are a little stickier on them, if that makes sense. There's a bit of a bevel on the D74 versus the D75. It feels, this is preferable to me, so that I know I'm hitting it. Okay, so we got the display up all the way. Audio is pretty much all the way up. We're not going to mess with the balance yet right now. All right. First look, that's as bright as it gets, so let's put the power meter on it, and we'll do a power test. That's fair for people who say they don't have the old one, that the comparison may be moot. That's fine, except for the fact that if you're looking at this radio and the compelling options for you don't prescribe you buy the new one, you can get a D75 now probably cheaper than you could get a new 74. So I don't know. You tell me. That may be true, but you know, if used is okay, you know, I always tell people if you want to save some bucks, buy the used stuff, because it's still always pretty good in ham radio. All right, so we have... Come on now. All right, so I've got out my FARS meter 2000. Thank you, not a Rubicon. We're going to go to... remember how you do Kenwood, Josh. Remember your Kenwood. Did they change that? See, remember, D72 is my main driver, and there was always an enter button. So now you got to go... It's all stuck in... How did I... Oh. We're going the long way. Okay, here we go. 4.2 watts on transmit. And that is, let's see. Yep. All right, so that was 146,420. We can change that, 420, of course. So same thing, about 4.2 watts on transmit at high power. Let's go up to 440. So let me go back down here. Okay. Calling frequency. 4.5. Good. And we'll go to 220. Whoa. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu for ID. I did not expect that. That's putting out 7.1 watts on 1.2 meters? Whoa. Who expected that? I did not put that in the bingo. Did not expect that at all. Is it in turbo mode, Mike? I don't think so. Like, it doesn't come stock in turbo mode, right? So it's in high power. So normally, okay, let me put this down for a second. Normally when you get a 1.25 meter radio, it is going to put out less than like 4 watts if the VHF and UHF side is 4 watts. It'll be less. And this is, it's calling the frequency. It's right on the frequency, and it's 7 watt output. That's odd. That's pretty cool, though. Okay, I'm gonna double check that, but let's make sure we're doing that right, guys. Right? Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, so I'm still kind of shook by that. Yeah, try the 74. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So 340. The antenna port area is a little recessed, so keep that in mind. When you get some of these radios are like that, it gets it a little hard to get an adapter in there. Ah. That's exactly why I didn't want to twist the power meter. The power meter is kind of big and gangly, so I'm trying to hold it in place and not let it fall out of my hands. Yeah, I'm not okay. So I mean, we're gonna find out right now. I didn't expect. By the way, I don't use the Kenwood on 1.25, but it's a good question regardless. Don't believe that meter. Yeah, Eric, you're probably right. Totally. It's 6.62. I would be inclined to say it's the meter, so don't anybody at Kenwood, because then they're going to be like, "What are you doing? We test our stuff with junk." Well, it's probably junk. That's true, but at the same time, that was a little surprising. Anyway, okay. I can do a third test with the VX6, which we may end up doing. So hang tight on that. Let's continue though. I'm going to set up APRS here. That's the other thing we want to show, because one of the big upgrades was getting the Digipeat capability into this. So let's go to APRS and set that up. Wait a second. I didn't program my call sign in this. Those HRO guys are like trying to help me out live, I guess. I said I was coming to get it. So let's go through APRS menu here. Oh, so it's like wrong radio. You're right. You're right. Boy, they don't look alike or anything. That's funny. I was wondering why it was quieter too. That's funny. Okay, let's get out of this. Leave me alone. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Okay, basic settings, no call. Okay, that's what I expected, so let's clear that out. So what you would do here is add your call sign, right? You gonna let me do the thing? There you go. Where is it? Oh, the other thing that's throwing me off slightly is that they went to a blue. It's like a light blue instead of this yellow. No big deal. Anyway. Boy, it's been a long time since I've done the old K9 or whatever that was when we were kids and we had cell phones. Who wants to go back to a time when we did that? All right. And enter. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Position. T9. That's right. Thank you. Wide 1.1 is fine for this. We don't need to do anything else other than that. It's going to be 1200 baud. A band. Okay. We're going to make it manual for now. We're not going to use smart beaconing, but if you're driving or you're hiking, do set smart beaconing on. I generally do, unless I'm trying to save battery. Ah, there it is. Ha. So interesting. Oh, there's others. Okay. So let's go back here. So here's your Digipeat capability. So now with the Kenwood D75, you can do digipeating. This is a handy feature. So if you turn this on, it's going to be under your call. So let's see what happens when we do that. On. Let's turn this off for right now just to get the first one out. Okay. Now, with Kenwoods, you generally have to turn the GPS on to have GPS, and you can do APRS without the GPS on. All radios do this. It's just you access them a little bit differently. So GPS is built in. It's on. We are going to use position ambiguity. Thank you for my sanity, and so I don't get any more pizzas sent to my house. You can use this as a GPS source, which I have done. It's pretty handy. Okay, so now let's go back. We do have a GPS lock. We have to enable... So when you go to... Okay, by the way, okay, it's a slightly different battery of arms with Kenwood. If you haven't used Kenwood... Oh, you can lower the beeps. And so, Craig, yeah, I see your comment. You can lower the volume of the beeps if that's bothering you. That's not a big deal. So Kenwood has... This is just a choice that they make. I don't really have a disagreement against them, but there's the menu, which they both have, and the menu gives you access to, like, overall radio settings. But then things that you might turn on or off on the fly is under the F button, or the lock key, the D button that says there. That's where you find things like, let's get your position on GPS, saving a memory, new message, APRS turning it on and off, the actual packet TNC that's here, turning on and off the attenuator, adding step if you needed to do that. So you use the F key for that. So now we're on. So we'll get out of that. Maybe we'll get out of that. Hold on one second. Wait. 1 second. I just got a notification. All right. The thing I was trying to do earlier on other Kenwoods, there's an enter button, which was this guy, right? The 72. 72 has an enter. And on the 75 and 74, you use the enter button here. So we're going to go to 144390 for APRS. And when it's in packet mode like that, it should take our settings from manual because we set it to manual. And it should go. Nope. Okay, so I have the wrong button then. Is it beacon? No, let's change it to auto then. Or I didn't set it. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, that was what I set it to. Oh, is it the B channel? I think it's the B channel. Okay, I'm hitting the PTT. Oh, is it? Yeah. That's probably what I did. That was my bad. No. Okay, we'll take it out of that. We'll just go to automatic. Don't set this for APRS for half a minute. It's bad for the network. We'll go back and set it to 1 minute so it's not bad for the network. And let's take it out of here. And so what we're expecting to see here in a minute is that it will blast an APRS beacon. So I'm going to look at the chat really fast to make sure I'm not missing anything. I should probably turn off that backlight going out. There we go. Oh, there it is. Now it's on. All right, let's give it a second. That's right. You have to hit the beacon button. I forgot about that. Thank you. Who was that? Who said beacon? Oh, that power is EL. I'm also not trying to really get out. I'm going to get my other antenna for testing that in a second. So now you should just be able to hit the beacon button. Yeah, that was what we expected. So we're transmitting APRS beacons. Okay, so I was on low power for that one. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up on questions. Yeah, I have GPS lock. That's what the upper left-hand corner is. No, we're good. It was just me doing it wrong. I am looking for comments, questions. So if you hit me up for questions or at Ham Radio Crash Course, remember when we're going to end things, when we end things, I'm probably going to go a little bit long on this one so we get through some of the stuff because this is a more complicated radio for sure. We're going to go over to the Discord. The link is in the description for the after chat. And you can take your questions on over there and you can talk to us live and also post your questions. I set it to A and B for the same frequency, so you should be fine. So I can monitor a repeater on the A band and APRS beacon on the B band, right? Right. Yes, sir. Good question from Ron. Does the 75 and 74 use the same battery? They are slightly different, and honestly, oh, you know what? We should actually check this. This is now that I'm looking at the bottom plate. That's a good question from Ron. So we were able to transmit a beacon out. I will plug a better antenna into this in a second, and then we'll test it that way. Wrong radio. No, they're the same batteries, but we'll test it regardless. So it's a hinge clip. Yeah. No problem. No HRO. I didn't give you my old 74 battery when I returned the radio to you. That's the other thing with HRO, like me getting these radios, is that I never end up returning them. I just go back to pay off my tab. 1 second. Okay, let's get the real show on here. So power output was what we expected. We expected it to be good. It was. Okay. Someone send me APRS KI6NAZ. Do it now, or start to. Hold on, let me get this back on the air. Oh my God! Yeah, so with it off, we lost the GPS lock. See how the icon is different? I think we need to be on the A band for APRS then? I think so. There we go. All right, hit me with a message. Weather station. KI6NAZ. Good question. I don't have... Where was the access for the suffix? Go with KI6NAZ for right now. Should be -7 now. Checking the chat. If I'm looking for a 220 radio, I see some Fangs and Yaesu and this radio. I can buy a handful of other radios for what this one costs. Why might this radio be worth a premium? It's going to have a full TNC in it, meaning you can connect it to your laptop. It's tri-band, which you've already said, oh, I can get a cheaper radio for that. It charges off of USB-C. It is a digipeater, so you can actually put this kind of somewhere, and it will route APRS frequencies between it. It does have Bluetooth. It does have USB. Bluetooth. Okay, it has Bluetooth. I don't think it has Bluetooth low energy. That's why we're going to test it with radio mail here in a second, and see if we can download some emails with it. iPhone connection APRS app. Yep. Raymond Arthur, not full duplex. All right, Ham Radio Wilderness. Thank you, Frank, KG6NLW. Is this APRS only? No, of course not. It's VHF, UHF, FM transmitter. But just assume that, like, yes, it functions in that. We can test the audio output as well if you'd like to. And I appreciate if you're new to this radio or this style of radio, it's just a traditional VHF, UHF radio, but it has the added features of doing APRS like this. Okay, so sounds like some people want to hear. It does D-Star as well for digital voice. I'm not getting the messages, though. So maybe that's the way to do it, though. You just add the -7, I believe. Is it because my beacon didn't go out? Okay. I think we know what might have happened here. Hold on. So something that Does this work the same way? It does. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. I just beaconed myself. Okay, there it is. My beacon didn't make it out. Yeah, the beacon didn't make it. So, by the way, guys, if you're trying to get an APRS message from someone, you need to make sure that you actually, like, beacon first. That's kind of like the way of letting the network know that, like, you're there. Hey, what's up? I did not Mars mod this because technically I haven't paid for this yet. Technically. I think they always laugh. They're like, yeah, bring it back. Yeah, go ahead, bring it back. More like come back and settle your tab. Hey, greetings from Minnesota. What's up? Oh, I hope you're doing all right. It's probably cold up there. All right, let's do an audio test now. Let's go ahead and transmit into this bad boy. Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate you. 782 people. Reminder, I am taking questions on this because there are likely people who have Kenwood D74s or 72, or they're looking for the latest, greatest radio. This is definitely the most expensive handheld I know. So he said busted. Yeah, I busted myself with that 74. Go ahead and post your questions below. Type question in your chat or do @Ham Radio Crash Course, and I'll be able to see them that way. We can mute the APRS audio noise, by the way, too. So. $1 viewer per dollar for the radio. If we all gave $1 right now, we could buy one lucky ham, a Kenwood D75. Can you connect the Bluetooth keyboard for input? Ooh. Ooh. Does that do Bluetooth? I think I might have a Bluetooth keyboard here. That is a fantastic question, Don. Okay, let's do the audio test before we get to the top of the hour. We'll try to do radio mail packet, right? We're going to do packet to try and get our emails from WinLink using radio mail, a fantastic app. So, hey, Michael, Mitch the pilot, I didn't mean that. Thank you for the chat, the super chat. I appreciate that. But no, we're not going to randomly buy somebody a D75. All right, I'm going to set this up for audio. Now, if you'd like to audio with your Kenwoods, you probably are aware that, okay, I'm going to mute this for a second. You're probably aware that Kenwood, much like Baofeng's, they have a special cable for speakers, meaning the dimensions are different. I happen to have the right audio cable that I've used for connecting to satellite, doing satellites. So, tinier connection. We're going to go into that. So I should have that going, maybe. Should be good. Okay. We're going to get out of there. No. Now I did it. Get out. Get out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I'm stuck in an endless time loop now. There we go. Okay, let's get off this frequency. Stop! There we go. That's the fastest way to do it. And we're going to go to single. All right, I am going to transmit in with our standard test radio, which is the VX6. Okay. If I did this all correctly. Test. Okay, hold on. Are you? Okay, 1 second. There's actually people having a rag chew. We're going to get in on that.
No, my 7100 with the super antenna, the battery.
We're going to go mono for a second.
I haven't been on the radio all that much lately since around maybe December. But yesterday
It's the rag chew we're listening to on.
I heard a fellow that was a bit weak, and I worked him last night. I was at Catalina, so we went to sideband. And I was
He
able
was on
to
the Catalina
him.
wine mixer, guys.
I bet we would be able to hear each other on sideband.
Or to 781 people that are watching right now.
Be back on the air with that.
Sounds great.
I've been on sideband a couple times, so now I have a 100-watt radio, the TS-2000.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I'm sure that the radio that they have in the tower, I'm sure I could have heard you then
in the calling
yesterday, but I was on my more modest setup. I was on the parking
you can still hear me,
the
right?
infield there, set up as portable.
Okay, roger that. Copy that. Wow, the 57 is just bumper to bumper. Maybe there's something going on down in Honda Center or the Big A. I don't know, but wow, 57 southbound is just bumper to bumper.
Oh, sorry to hear.
He's on the 57 freeway.
Sorry to hear. Let's see, I just turned on the radio today. I came home about 2 hours ago.
Distance from my
Let me see what I can see on the map.
It's 3 HROs.
Well, I lost you there, Denny. I'm getting in the low up here and after Lambert Road, so I'll say 73.
Lambert, so
I'll catch you later, and have a good rest of the weekend.
Let's see if I
can KN6 KNEW5 ABQ.
Let's see.
Okay, see you later, Jeff. Yeah, I think it'll start to free up and then it'll tighten up again. So have a good drive. W5 ABQ KN6 KNE.
73.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu radio test. Can anyone out there hear me?
I can hear you.
How am I coming through? Does it sound okay?
It sounds good, man. Operator Dale, KN6 SHI Upland, man. Where are you?
I'm in Cerritos.
Oh, it sounds pretty good in Cerritos there. So you got about a 5-7 coming in the upland here.
Oh, I'm making it into upland. That's fantastic. Okay, well, thank you for the contact. I got to run for a second, but I needed this for a quick checkout. Thanks for the time there. KI6NAZ.
Alrighty, man. It's working good, man. KN6SHI.
All right, then. That's pretty good. Yeah, I was moving my head out of the way. So it was more about just having him come back and give us the signal test. Pretty good, though. I think that sounds fantastic. What's another way to do this? Okay, let's do this.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu test. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Log it.
Hey, Jeff, you out there? Yeah, Roger, Dale. I'm here, KN6 SHI, W5 ABQ, northbound 57 at Imperial Highway.
Little light. Oh, that's why. There we go. That should be better.
Anyway, Jeff, I can't hear you in there too good. You're breaking up a lot. But, hey, going to wave a hand to you. Operator Dale, KN6 SHI.
Captain Mott.
Roger. Copy that, Dale. Yeah, I'm coming down on the low here.
That was the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Sorry for your ears. Captain Mott, KC1TRB, with the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's the fastest way to get your questions answered. I'll stop and do it. Jeez. Who leaves all these radios on all the time? I have this connected to an MFJ Pulsar, which is the same thing as the Comet or Diamond ground plane antenna, the ones that's like those white verticals. I have that on the pinnacle of my roof, so the part where the roof parts come together at the highest spot. I absolutely love those antennas. It doesn't matter which one you get. They're all really good. Even the MFJ, highly recommended. But I don't think you can get the Pulsars anymore. The Diamonds and the Comets are what a great antenna. They're really, really good antennas. And it doesn't, in my case, I have the 17-footer, but even if you go with the 5-footer, it's a good option. Really good. Thank you for the super chat. Money well spent, hopefully. Okay, let's play around with radio mail to see if I can live do that. Let's see. Test, test, test. Good. Okay, let's turn this off. Okay, good. Whew. There was a little bit of a noise in there. That's due to my head, the amplifier, the splitter that I'm using. Yeah, I think the audio is fantastic. Try it on the GMRS frequencies, not live. I would never do that, right? Let's see. Bill Cosgrove, or Cosgrave. I'm not prepared to do a comparison against other radios, but just off the top of my head, it's similar build quality. I will say, with the 75 and the 74, its older brother, the buttons are, I mean, the buttons are kind of small. It's a TI 86 calculator of a radio. That's the best analogy I can give you. It's super feature packed, but it feels like that. Like that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? It's durable, but like I wouldn't say it's as durable as a VX6. Like it's not even close. An FT5DR would still be my most, like I would totally take that. You know, I would use that in the field. If I was doing something where I'm going to sit in front of a laptop and do APRS and play around, I always would grab a Kenwood to begin with because of the TNC. So, would your wife switch? Oh, so Dawn, I can answer that question emphatically. My wife would not switch from the ID52 from this. She has no interest in APRS. She has no interest in connecting things to the radio, like laptops or anything like that. No interest whatsoever. So no, would not. There's a couple other things I want to do, and yes, I am going to go long on this video because, frankly, this is one of those complicated radios that deserves a decent amount of time. Plus, there is a different battery of arms to all of these radios. I don't feel that Kenwood is any more complicated than Yaesu. Yaesu is kind of more on the complicated side with the FT5. Again, ICOM I think is the most approachable, but you can still do a lot with this, and it doesn't take a lot to learn this radio because it's pretty much the same memory system. Okay, let's get on radio mail. Let's have some fun with that. Radio mail is a way, so we're testing the Bluetooth capabilities, what we're going to do with this right now. The ability to transmit the Bluetooth frequency. Like, that's the whole point. So, all right, let's go back to that. And I'm here. Hold on. Radio mail. Fairly good application. Number 1. Yes, I will rate you later. I promise. Somebody said they were having OCD because I didn't leave I didn't close the flaps. So there you go. The flaps are up. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit. We're gonna go to music. No, I'm just kidding. This is an iPod now. This is a DankPods commercial. We're going to turn the Bluetooth on. By the way, something I can't test right now is battery life. These two radios, actually, the entire lineup of Kenwood radios, if you ask anybody what the issue with the Kenwood handhelds was, it's battery life. If you thought the Yaesu FT5 battery life was difficult, these radios would surprise you. If you have everything turned on, Bluetooth, APRS, GPS, you're going to deplete the battery really fast. But that's one of the reasons why you've got the connection on the side, that you can just plug a battery into it. You can bring a small 13.8 volt battery along with you, and you can just keep these going. And if you're doing anything in the field where you're going to be connecting with USB and all that stuff, you might as well bring a battery to do that. So there's my statement on that. I'm expecting the battery life to be the same or similar as the 75. That's my expectation, but I'm not prepared to potentially test that right now. Okay, let's see if my phone will find it. Hey! Oh, no. Why? Okay. put it in a pairing mode and do it that way. I'm waiting for that. A device I can recommend, the Pokemon Go Plus. So that's about what I feared in this, to be honest with you. The iPhone uses Bluetooth Low Energy, which is not in either one of these radios. So there was no mention that they would be able to do low energy. So I don't think this will work, but we'll try it again. And I'm going into pairing mode. So I'm putting this as the pairing device, and I'm using my phone to try and find it. That's right. Yeah, Jerry's got it. The iPhone wants Bluetooth Low Energy. So, yeah. The Damned, yes, you are correct. You should use your Android device on this. And if you join us on the after chat, I'll go grab my Android tablet and we'll set that up. So you're not going to be able to do Bluetooth Low Energy. No iPhone support on that. But there is something I want to test that should be quite interesting. I have to get it out of my backpack, though. I use this on field day. It's literally one of my favorite devices, particularly if you're going to operate in the field. And yes, we are mixing brands a little bit. Nobody get mad. That's what we're testing right now. All right, Don. Okay, so the ICOM, what is this? I always forget the name of this thing. The VS3. The VS3, it's not your traditional Bluetooth dongle. This has buttons that are programmable. On other radios, they treat it kind of differently. You have volume control, and on the 705, you have VFO control, and then you got PTT, and then this actually changed the mode of motor band. I don't remember. But I'm going to see if I can sync this up. I have a feeling this will work because it worked with the 74, and it worked really, really well. So we're going to put it into pairing mode. It's either I hold it on for a really long time and then it flashes. There we go. Yeah. Is this sacrilege? Guys, am I doing something bad? Don't tell Ray Novak, please. The VX3 is a fantastic device, though. Connect. Do it. Uh-oh. So this works on the Yaesu FT4. Ghost Magic, I answered the VHF UHF question. What do you mean? What? Say question or at me so I can see it. Uh-oh. I don't think it's going to work. I think that's a no bueno. But it's acting like it's trying to connect. Oh, no. It's not going to work. Yeah, this is the Romeo and Juliet of amateur radio happening right now. This is the balcony scene. Warfare out there, Bluetooth. All right, well, I'm assuming that didn't work then. Can I... Are you in a death cycle now? Oh, man. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. At least it wasn't in a death cycle. So it saw it, but it didn't want to work with it. Okay, so we'll have to do that in the after chat. The connecting to Android. I'm confident that the Android will connect with no problem. We'll be able to do one of the mail modes. All right, so Dawn, N5SKT, had a great question. I don't think this is Bluetooth, is it? This dongly boy, this thing is not Bluetooth, is it? Isn't it? Oh, I got to get another wireless keyboard. I actually, I'm really interested about that question, so I am totally going to go grab another keyboard because I want to see if this works. I will be right back. Okay. Notice me, senpai. Notice me. Oh, no name. All right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, it won't do it. Dawn. Hopes dashed. Dreams. So no name, I think, is my keyboard. Yeah, no name. Wait. I mean, I could. Should I connect to my neighbor's HP Envy speaker and just play Ragchew on 146.520? Maybe we do that to wrap up the stream. That's my neighbor's speaker. Could you imagine? It's flashing connecting. Aw, all right. Well, that's a shame. What we can do though, and I what do we got for time? We're not that far over actually, so let's do that. So, all right, I got to clear up some space here. All right, so let's go back to and we will put it into KISS mode. Oh, we have to be on the A. 144.390. KISS. All right, so we have it in KISS TNC mode, right, everybody? KISS TNC mode. So that is the Keep It Simple Stupid TNC. It's a KISS TNC, right? So we're going to set that to the side here for a second, and we're going to get my other favorite device, the Jankopotamus, the original Jankopotamus, literally, the OG Jank. And we are going to physically connect. Oh, you know what? Why do that? Let's see if we can Bluetooth connect. Why not? Do the thing. Don't worry, I'm going to get this on HDMI so you can see it. Don't worry. I'm not going to make you look at the Jankopotamus screen. It's horrible. Bro, what happened? You were on. Just Jankopotamus things, I guess. A full reboot, you say? Yeah, there's a certain hilarity in the fact that that is a $800, $750 handheld next to a. At the time, this was the $50. This is the $50 laptop. That is, there is something in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it's certainly something. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it connected, and then we're gonna go back to the computer so we can set it up. I don't know what line of hilarity that is, but. Okay, so people are asking me about the small keyboard. Okay, so the first one is the Jellycomb. I believe that is on the Amazon store. This does work with a myriad of devices that take keyboard input, and having a trackpad is really nice. The other one, though, was, I don't know where. I got this from Micro Center. This is the Mini i8. This requires usually that you plug in the dongle. Should I go get a dongle and plug it in? Should I go get a USB dongle? I might. Okay, save that for the after chat. Don't let me forget that. Join us on the after chat if you want me to try and USB dongle this, because that might work. Oddly enough, I don't know. I have some weird feeling that that's going to work of all things. Okay, let's get this connected. First things first. Let's get the laptop up and running here. And oh, that's not ready for that. That ain't gonna do. I gotta plug it in. All right. Yeah. So oddly enough, that might actually work. I don't know why. No. Yeah, it could. I mean, if the D75 has some kind of keyboard input, which I mean, I'm not gonna say it does, right? I can't but I don't know why that feels. Does it feel right? It kind of feels like it's right. Okay. Oh my God, my whole shack is falling apart here. Hold on. These videos are always really crazy to make because it takes a lot of stuff that I have to have running. Okay, so I'm going to plug in. Let's go ahead and bring up Device Manager. I don't know if this is going to pop up immediately as a device. I have a feeling it will. So we're going to go to Ports. And what we want to see here is that the number goes up, right? That's our goal. So we're going to plug it into the radio. Hold on. See, you made me put the little plasticky things in, and now I can't get my fingernail underneath it. Okay, that was a good sign. And we got device 11. Okay, device 11 implies the device, the Kenwood. Good, all good. And we are on 146.390, which is APRS. And I'm going to run APRS IS32. We'll likely have to change the port. And here's another ham radio app for sure. Yes, that is me. So you'd think, okay, all right. Is it enables? Ports, that's it. Jeez, you gotta remember. So I wonder if I could just throw it at the D74 and it'll know it. Oh, wait. It literally says enables. What does that mean when I click that? No, I don't want it. No. What the heck was the port? God. 11, right? 11. We are 1200 baud. Well, okay. So that's 1200. 1200 is the speed of the USB. So let's check that. That might actually be different. So let us check it. Yeah. Okay, that's correct. I'm going to put it at 9600. Or not. Let's go back to the laptop here. Oh. Wait, did that do the thing? Yeah, I think it did the thing. So that little car that showed up right there is the station we just picked up. Are we picking up state? Okay, keep an eye on the map. Don't take your eye off the map, guys. I know we're zoomed out a little bit, but we're looking for. Yeah, okay. I think the left side list is populating. Yeah, it says D75. Okay. Oh, my man, Corpse-a-lot. What's up, dude? Yeah, this is. You can send me a DM, dude. We can talk about this, or give me a call. This one might be. You got to let me know what you want to do with it. Oh, disable D73? Sure. Let me unenables the enables. There you go. Get out of there. Yeah, there we go. So, okay. What is this showing us? I'm literally picking up somebody in Simi Valley. So that circle, we're picking up stations outside that circle. That's more to say probably about my antenna than anything. What's up, Joe? We got Joe in the house. A local ham. I want to do all the things. Okay, then buy the D75. Then buy the D75. You can do all the things. And he reiterated all the things. So yes, you want to then get the D75. There is no handheld that is going to do. There's no handheld that can do this. Well, there are with some dongles and some other stuff, but like so you can run a full APRS station from this. You can do packet radio from this. You can do everything from this. Now, what is really making this work? Why am I picking up so many stations? I have an antenna that is at, I would say, a high enough spot that I'm getting over the burbs, and it's also 17 feet tall. So it's doing some of the heavy lifting. Let's take some questions. Any questions about the D75? Pico APRS will do it. Yeah, you're dang right it'll do it. Okay, Jeff Davidson. If you type question at Ham Radio or at Ham Radio Crash Course, I will see your questions. Okay, everybody? Arthur, do you know when they will be available in stores? They're already available. They're already shipping. The only reason I did not do anything special. HRO said, the order's in. Do you want to get one? And I said, yes, I do. And I said, I'm coming. I literally picked it up on Friday. Evan Dodson says, what can I say I'm buying instead to make my spouse... What can I say to make my spouse less mad? So you can do something like this with a laptop and say, honey, this is emergency communication at work. I am now off-grid communicating. I have the capability of being able to receive stations everywhere and being able to communicate with them. I could call for a help at any time, anywhere, at, whatever, right? There's a myriad of things. What else? It will allow you to do ham radio harder. Give her that line. I'm sure she's really going to love that. Question, is the ICOM already connected to another device? Not that's on, but yes. I put it into tether mode. Can you monitor 30 Charlie in the shower with that radio? I don't know, but probably yes. It is whether... So, hey, nobody take me on this one, because I don't know if that's true. You saw me dunk the ID52 in a full bucket of water while Ray Novak watched on the live stream. He was literally my guest on the live stream. And I poured beer all over my FT5, and I don't think I'm going to dip this in water. It might handle it, though. Actually, I don't know if it won't. Hey, Ray Arthur, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Don't mean to be... Okay. Chantour Orthodoxy says, don't mean to be annoying, but I would like to say that on Feb 5th, I will be licensed. That's not annoying at all, man. Congratulations, dude. Our buddy Don, N5 SKT. Would your what? Oh, no, okay. So I hit the bottom. I hit the bottom of the questions. Let's go back here. Let's see. Oh, somebody, they're all trying to get me through the app. Enables ports. Yeah. Okay. Question, does it take Glock mags? No, it doesn't take Glock mags. Question. So ham radio, so if you do at ham radio crash course in the YouTube app or on YouTube, it'll show up as a tag to me and I'll see it like bright orange. Can I walk into an HR for the D75? No. So, Art, great question. This radio has been announced since Hamvention last year, and people have been putting in their pre-orders. So all the pre-order people will get their radios first, and then you will be able to get it. Will they be hard to get? No, I don't believe so. They're going to be available. Question, will the D75 store memories that have RX and TX frequencies on different bands like the D72? So I want to say the answer is yes, but we should probably test that. If you join us on the after chat, we'll test it. We're going to go to 6:30, and then we're going to wrap things up. I'm not going to do it right now, but I would be shocked if it didn't. Corpse a lot. Question, does it take lock mag? Yeah, this is very nude. To ham radio, would you rate this HT in terms of learning curve just to get started? Oh, no. This is the top end of learning curves. This is like the highest level of HT ham radios. Will this be Mars mod capable? I don't know, Matt Clausen. I have to imagine it will be. Dr. Dingus, any chance for shot talk in the after chat? Like shot show talk? Maybe, depending on what the topic is. Shot is pretty big. I think the Pico APRS is a bit too expensive for what it is. Don, I can see where you're coming from. But yeah, I hear you. Good question from Cyborg Alien Ray. You need a degree in HT to use it. Let me just say that you will probably be referencing the manual a lot. This is a radio that you will reference the manual. You would need to keep the manual around. Even now, like I've used the D74 for a long time, D72 for years, and if I put it down for a couple of months, I'll forget things about it, like I was doing. Like I forget. I'll show you one of the things that tripped me up while we were doing the live stream. It should be full. Ghost Magic, I don't disagree with you, actually. Okay. All right. Here's my soapbox on this. So I think that what hams want is full duplex. That's what I think hams want. But I also think that they also want digital voice, and it's hard to do both of them in an HT. Kenwood did with the D72 with a full duplex. Everybody loves it. And you know everybody loves it because they still maintain a high price for a very old radio in the used market, in the flea markets when you go to the ham fests. like literally when K6ARK and I went to either Huntsville, I think it was Huntsville, he picked up a D72 in good condition with a drop-in charger, and I think it was $300, and that was like last day prices, so the guy was trying to move it. That's a fantastic price for that radio. They go higher than that, and I think I paid $530 for it in 2004. You're talking about a 20-year-old radio at this point? Wait, no, not 2004, 2014? Yeah, that 2010, 2011, about that time. So not that old, 10 years. Oh, interesting. So Ghostman DKA. Okay, good point. Ghostman DKA mentions the TNC. Okay, the TNC is a terminal node controller. Think of it like a modem before there were modems. People don't like it when I say that, but if you connect to it, it allows you to convert something, whatever, right? Computer information into A25 packet. The D72 has a fully functioning TNC. There were arguments, and I don't think I fully understand the argument of why the D74 wasn't like a full TNC. It did all the TNC things that I wanted it to do, so I don't know. If you join us on the after chat, and even if you're just on text, we can take longer to walk through it, or maybe some smarter people than me will be on the after chat that they can guide me through that on what that means specifically. So that would be great. Fully available. I'm not sure I completely get that because you can pretty much do whatever you wanted. LilyGo TWR Plus is where it's at. APRS LilyGo TWR. LilyGo TWR, you say? I don't see that. Oh. My man, what is this? What is this? Oh, it's a dev board. Okay. Heck yeah. What? How much is this thing? It says sold out. Love it. Can't even buy it. What do we want? We want not dual band? Sold out. Of course, the 2-meter one. VHF. Oh yeah, I'm all over this. I'm all over this bad. So yeah, good job. See? You sold me on something. Good job. You win. You win the live stream internets. What happened to my... Oh, there it is. Scott Gibson, the audio quality is fan-freaking-tastic. It sounds amazing. In fact, why don't we go back to the rag chew that's probably still in session? Should we do that? What will the speeds on 2-meter be since the FCC removed... Oh, good question, David Pearson. Don't really know the full impact on that yet, but hey. So VARA FM. So VARA FM with this thing would be usable, right? Depending on where you're at, your elevation, etc. Yeah, you'd be able to rock VARA FM on this, no problem. And I don't know that VARA FM has amped up the speeds yet, but they could. VAR FM is an application that allows you to basically do VAR AC, which is a keyboard-to-keyboard chat over radio with another ham, or send WinLink email, which is really fantastic. Ghostman, as in access to do packet, old school, as in plug in. It should be able to do that, no problem. So you're hitting me with something I was not aware of. I thought the D74 could do packet, no problem. That's more of what applications you're running, I thought. If you tried this and you weren't able to work on it, and you got multiple people that told you can't, that's interesting. Don, I have one of each of those LilyGo boards. Harmonics are horrible, and the interface is really... Okay, thank you, Don. And I'm sure you would tell me in the after chat, too. I know VARA has amped up the speeds already. I think VARA FM was updated as well. I may make a video on that tomorrow using the Kenwood. In fact, that's probably what I'll do, is I'll shoot a video just to go through that, because I'm all set up to do it. I just need to sit down. Like I said, I haven't had the time. After my kids get out of robot challenge, robot jocks for kids, I will make that video. Hey, Corpse Law, you didn't have to do that, man. That's super kind of you. This is a super chat, he says. Uh-oh. Well, that's it. Laptop. Jankopotamus says he's done. I think that's where we'll probably leave it. Let's get to the after chat, guys, and take your questions better there. I mean, what? Okay, let me put it this way. What else do you want to know? Doing handheld tests is kind of like a weird thing. I always want to make sure I'm improving upon my game. Power output, most important. Audio quality, most important for voice, I think. I think it has all that covered, but frankly, if you're paying $7,500, or $7,500 feels like that, $750, you would expect that to be fine, and yes, it is, and it sounds pristine. It sounds fantastic. But then it's the additional capabilities. If you give me enough time, I probably could load. I wonder. It won't take the SD card out of my ID50. So I'm gonna have to go grab the ID50 and do a quick drop in of repeaters, and then we can do a little D-Star thing as well on the after chat if you join me over there. So another super chat for $5. Thank you so much, Razor Rose. What's a dream ham shack for every amateur radio application? No budget build, starting with Baofeng BFF8 and overload of info. A dream ham shack. Okay, I'll do it. For $5, I'll do it. Here we go. And then we're going to the after chat. By the way, thanks, everybody. Cheers to y'all. Okay. You would need at least 2 HTs, I'm guessing. One would have to be a rugged HT that you would be able to drop it into water. It could be as simple as the VX6. That I'm not going to say that's a dream radio, but like if you wanted a ham shack that accounted for everything, like, there you go. So VX6. Possibly a D74, D75, because it does APRS, it does a digital voice mode, and it is a TNC, so you can interface it with everything. You could use that HT for everything. Then inside the shack, probably an ICOM 9700 for VHF, UHF. That would be the preferred radio to use. Excuse me. Then when you get to HF, so Dream Shack is going to be dependent on you a little bit. If you want to go in front of a radio and do ham radio on handy things and touch radios, I have the ICOM 7610. I love it. But Dream Radio side of that, ICOM has a $10,000 radio. So there you go. There's your Dream Radio. I probably also go with a flex radio of some kind, or an on or something that could be fully remotable. That way I could be walking around my house. Yeah. Like David Pearson's got it. Flex 6400. I really love the idea of being able to just like remote in and not even outside my house, just inside my house. There's so many times where I'm just like chilling, working on something, and I will use remote capabilities to interface with my 7610 to listen to CW, to get better in copying, play FT8 when I'm working. Just kidding. Anybody watch me at work? I let it run in the background. That would be probably a good base station, and then a good remote radio like a flex radio or an on or something like that that has that capability. Although I don't have much experience with the on at all. Oh, so Don's saying flex radio 6600 with a full set of transverters, because the 6600 can do 220 all mode and pretty much any band. Okay, so there you go. See, that's like your Swiss Army radio. It'll do everything. As far as antennas go, see, this is where it gets really... So you thought this was expensive, $10,000 radio. No. Probably at least a 50-foot tower, if not 100-foot. And then on that tower, I'm not even getting, like, crazy fancy, because you could go crazy fancy. If you go with the full Dream Step IR would probably be what I would go. And I know I'm saying that because I like Step IR. But you can do this in many different ways with many different antennas. Like, I mean, you could do full stacked Yagis at that point, and then that's just like through the roof. But let's go there real fast. I'll show you what that. So if you go to amateur radio, so you're like, oh, $10,000 radio. Wow, that's a lot. Let's go to no. We're going to just let me buy the antenna. Jeez. Come on. Let's go. This is your website. There we go. So you go with the 4 or 5 element Step IR, of course, because it's a Dream setup. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Kawana, don't worry. Oh, man, this is taking too long. I've got a live stream to do here. Okay. So we are going to go with, what do we want? Of course. Yes, of course. We want the DB42 Monster IO Pro Yagi 80 through 6 meters. 80-meter Yagi, dude. That's insane. Yeah, don't forget your divorce attorney. Let's click select options. Let's just okay, they've got troubles with their website right now. Mitchell Pilot 909. Yeah, so the 7610, like that is you could, that could be a K4. It could be the Yaesu 101. There's myriad radios that fit that price range. So, okay, let's go with the Optimizer. You got to go with that. Let's see. We want to, all of these are just add-ons. So $11,000, that's just the antenna. That's just the antenna. That's not the feed line. You're talking about 100 feet down of feed line, 50 feet down of feed line in the back of the shack. And you need to use good stuff. The tower alone is going to cost you thousands of dollars to do it right. Yeah, Don, you're already on it, man. So anyway, there's your dream shack. That's probably in. Okay, wait. No, we're not done. I might as well do this now because I'll be ranting for a while if I don't get this out of the way. So in the after chat. So let's go with the, what is the Yaesu Azel? Come back. There it is. So the Yaesu Azel rotor, you're definitely going this route. This is the G5500. That's $800 just for that box and that metal knuckle of power that's there. So let's see. What would you do for VHF, UHF? All right. So none of this handheld business. We're not Armstrong, and now we got an Armstrong in the form of the 5500. What's that company that makes the good ones? I can't remember. There's too much ham radio stuff in my head. I can't remember. I forget more than I've learned. You need two boom setups, and they need to be cross-armed for VHF, UHF. M2 antenna. Oh, everybody's screaming M2 antenna. I think you're right. Yeah, so let's go to M2 antenna. M2 antenna systems. And so they make a cheap, like a side bent angle one. We don't want that. We want the most expensive. What is this? That's wild. That black on red with the gradient, red to black, not good. Let's see. Moonbander. We definitely want the Moonbander. Nope, that's not it. You would think that Moonbander would be satellite products. There we go. Jeez. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So our rotor likely would be able to handle this. 14, is that, wait, what, 1, 2, so 14, so there should be 7, about 7, with cross members. That's $662 just for the VHF side. So you'd need to double that for the UHF, which I'm sure they sell that as well. So there you go. That adds up real fast. So, okay, there you go. That's the, if you want to do full stack, you're going to need 120 foot. Yes, Alec knows what's up. But I don't know if that's a dream or just ridiculous. Yeah, right? And the computer, let's see, Moonbander, Monobander. Yeah, so you're going to need a VHF and a UHF, and then they kind of like work together, like an anti-air gun kind of thing. There's so many parts. Okay. I'm like you guys. We're all like, you look at me and you're like, you got so much gear, blah, blah, blah. I am nothing in compared to like the super high end of ham radio. I get access to gear because I make these videos, like straight up. That's why. I know why I get access to this stuff, and I appreciate it. And I think it's great, and I hope you have a good time, and I hope that I'm doing a good job at it. With that said, that is like I could not do this dream setup. I could not do that, right? Nor do I necessarily want to, nor do I need to. It's not required to enjoy amateur radio. You don't need the dream setup. What you need to do, and this is serious, so this is where I promise I'll wrap things up because I'm grandstanding now. You need to figure out what you want to do with amateur radio. You need to find like-minded people who may be a little bit further down the road who have maybe tried some of these things out and then can give you tips and pointers. And you should look to the internet for that if you can't find a club. But if you can find a club, that'd be great. And then you should try and build your own stuff. You should try and find boutique makers of ham radio products that exist everywhere that make small little things that have made their lives easier that you can just kind of piggyback off of and adopt that into what you like to do and then enjoy that, right? I got to hang out with W6TRW, a lot of different hams with different opinions, but a lot of them are portable operators, right? And for them, what I just talked about is like a different language. They don't need that. They need the smallest radio that has the best quality and the best capability in the smallest package possible. It's a totally different world. And they have a fantastic time doing what they're doing. The other guys love what they're doing too. So, ham radio is so big, it's so huge that to try and say this is the way is impossible. It's impossible. So that was like me, if you ask me, like a hamshack setup. But there's the sky the limit, no budget portable setup. Totally different answer, right? Okay, there you go. That's it. Big thank you to the patrons. Thank you for all the continued support. The newsletter's coming out soon. Promise that one. Got to be by the end of the month. My wife was bugging me. She's like, maybe you should get started on the newsletter early this month. And I was like, yeah, but Winter Field Day, that's at the end of the month. And I should probably talk about it this month because I don't know how newsletters work. But appreciate all you letting me do what I do to be able to do the ham radio things. So make sure, if you haven't already, guys, on the, let's see, you got enough time. Yeah, you should have enough time. The patron picks vote is up right now. At least I think it is. I will double check that while we're doing the roll here, so that you can vote on my episode for next weekend. It should be, yeah, it is. Great. The vote is live until soon-ish. So get in there before probably the end of tomorrow. Yeah, and then you guys can vote on what I should do my video on. I hope this was helpful. This is a complicated radio with a lot of really cool features, and there's a lot to enjoy. I really mean that. I do like... I've liked... There hasn't been a Kenwood radio that I haven't liked. They make great radios. This is very expensive, though. This is a very expensive radio, and I get that, and I do understand that. It's going to be for some people, not for all. If you'd like to follow us to our next live stream adventure, it is going to be right after this, probably about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes until I get the stream flipped over. It's going to be the after chat, and the after chat is just about you guys answering your questions to help you out in amateur radio. The link is in the description, so take the link, join us on Discord, or just wait for the YouTube video to start. You can text chat in, or you can join us on voice. Voice is appreciated, though, because we can answer your questions a lot better. So I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Please enjoy the memes, and I will talk to you real soon. 73. Where'd I put my phone? Oh, I was trying to do radio mail. That's right. All right, I got to go grab the Android tablet, too. Got to grab that. Charge that. It probably needs an update. Just like Andrew do. Not Andrew, Android I meant. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you real soon.